The Universal Product Code is a code that was created in 1973 that is used for buying and selling. The chosen symbology has bars that represent a number, with two sides of the code, one being the odd parity and the other being an even parity. This mark has numerical digits. It is used worldwide for tracking items in stores. It is found on almost all products worldwide. The original design was the UPC 12, which is technically called the UPCA. Variances include the UPCE, EAN 13, and the EAN 8. The EAN variant is an expanded version of the UPC 12. Thus, every UPC code can be converted to the EAN 13 format. This means that the conclusions reached in this video would apply to any barcoding currently in use today. The UPC 12 consists of 15 parallel bars. 3 of these sets are called guard marks. The other 12 sets constitute the manufacturer code, the code that uniquely identifies the product, and a check digit. Hidden within this encoded mark is what many would claim is the number 666. Next, let us break down the components of this mark. The code used in this video is a randomly generated mark that is used to demonstrate the various aspects of the UPC code. The primary aspect is that each code is unique to the manufacturer and their specific product. First, let us consider the guard patterns. These occur in the beginning, middle, and at the end of the code. They are used to separate the two groups of 6 numerical digits. Next is the 12-digit code that uniquely identifies the manufacturer and the product. The first 6 digits represent the manufacturer. Please notice that the first digit has the mark inside the guard patterns, but the associated first digit is outside these guard patterns. The first and last digits of the human-readable numbers are always placed outside the mark because the barcode scanners need quiet zones to work properly. These 2 digits occupy the required quiet zone for each side. The next 5 digits represent the unique product. The last digit is the check digit. Like the first digit, it is also placed outside the mark in the quiet zone. The manufacturer code is encoded with an odd parity. This odd, even parity encoding allows the barcode scanners to know which side is the beginning of the encoded numbering. Next is the even parity side of the mark. This represents a 5-digit code that represents the unique product, including details like size and color. Within the even parity encoding is the check digit. The developers of the code recognized that there would be times that the code would need to be manually entered into the system because the barcoding was unreadable for some reason. This check digit is used to ensure that the person entering the code had entered it correctly. Let us compare the two sides a little more. Notice the difference in the mark on the left-hand side is different from the mark on the right-hand side, even though they represent the same number. As mentioned before, this difference allows the scanner to know which side is the beginning. Last, let us compare the even parity number 6 with the guard patterns. As you can see, they are identical. Many will dispute these similarities, advancing the claim that the even parity number 6 is not identical to the guard patterns. They would be correct in this claim, as there is white space that is part of the guard patterns and the even parity number 6 that blends into the background. Consequently, the patterns would fool the human eye if one did not know of these minor differences. As a result, one is still left with the question, how did John, the writer of Revelation, know that a mark with these very similar patterns would be used for buying and selling in the future? How could someone from that era describe the UPC mark of today? Next, let us review the specific prophecy given to us by John. And he causes all, the small and the great, the rich and the poor, and the free and the slaves, to be given a mark on their right hands or on their foreheads, and he decrees that no one will be able to buy or to sell, except the one who has the mark, either the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for the number is that of a man, and his number is 666.
Here is a call out. I subscribe to the belief that God is the author of the books of the Bible and its human writers were merely scribes doing God's work. So why did God say the number is that of a man? The number of man is 6 because mankind was created on the 6th day. The number of God is 7 because God rested on the seventh day. So, why did God reference 6 and then give the number as 666? I believe that it is because God knew the number would be 666, as it appears in the UPC code.
Many anti-Christians will claim that Nostradamus also made fulfilled prophecies. Nostradamus published 942 quatrains, averaging about 35 words each. Many claim that some of these have been fulfilled. However, due to the subjective nature of these interpretations, no one completely agrees on what was predicted. Today, his reputation is largely manufactured by modern-day supporters who fit his words to events either in the past or immediate future, when such events become predictable. None of his prophecies have ever been interpreted as predicting a specific event before it occurred. In contrast, John wrote 96 words that provide specifics on what to expect, a number combined with a mark that would be used for buying and selling, and that number would contain the number 666. If this encoding would be expanded to every person of the world, what would be the benefits to those people? Such a code would prevent identity theft. You would never need to worry about someone masquerading as you again. Prevent monetary theft. No thief could ever steal your money again, so muggings would fall into the dustbin of history. Eliminate the need for a wallet. You would never forget your wallet again. You are always carrying everything that has ever been stored in your wallet and could never leave it behind. Prevent scams, as any stolen money could be returned to the original owner after a report was filed. The code could also contain items like driver's license. You would never forget your license again. Health records. Do you need to go to the emergency room? No problem. You always have your medical records with you. Photos. You would never need to worry about losing your phone or other device that carries your precious memories. Insurance cards. You could never forget your car insurance, your home insurance, or your health insurance ever again, and any other information that might be needed. What are the dangers of such an encoding process for Christians? The implementation of such a code will be subtle. The benefits would seem like a huge benefit for everybody, and the difficulty of refusing the code would get progressively harder. Whether it is the UPC 12, the EAN 13, or any other variant UPC code, they all have the even parity number 6 visually identical to the guard patterns. As Scripture states, no wonder, for even Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. Last, let us review the implications of this code. Will it be visible? This is a possibility. Will it be invisible? This is also a possibility. Would it be in the form of a RFID, or radio frequency ID, or other hidden electronic device? This is also a possibility. Is it currently in use today? This is a decisive no. However, the technology is already in place. All that is missing is the government mandate for it to be applied to all individuals. Is it time to panic? This is a decisive no. One must remember God is always in control. He knew this would come, even before the book of Revelation was written 2,000 years ago.